everything we put in that grant is doable. Everything we put in that grant would be sustainable.
This grant, this initiative that we have is a small window of opportunity for us. I don't want people looking back 10 years from now saying, why didn't we do this?
We talk about all the time about the extraction of our resources in Eastern Kentucky, but our greatest loss has been our people. You know, we've got to figure out ways to change that, but we've also got to figure out what are the systems that need to happen in order for us to retain our talented youth.
Everyone who leaves, you can ask them, they love the mountains here, they love the aroma, but they hate the economy, they hate the jobs. That's all something that you can change.
I think the work that KVEC has done has brought about a mindset of collaboration, where districts are more willing to work together to share resources in a time when resources are hard to come by.
You get used to doing things your own way, and sometimes you think you are reaching the child, you're doing the best thing for that child, and then you can see through other people, maybe I wasn't always teaching to the whole child.
The exciting thing about the ARI grant is that, you know, teachers are used to working on a shoestring budget. There are things that they dream about doing, but they think, you know, I don't know that I'll ever get to do that because it's going to cost just a little bit of money. But when you give a teacher just $1,000 to create an innovative project or activity in their classroom and they get so excited about what they're doing, that's contagious.
KVEC has been vital to our school. We have several ARI grants that's allowed us to do so many things for our students that were not available before.
There's no pressure at all from them. They think we can do well, and that's the autonomy that they are giving us. The same thing what I do with my kids.
We are burning coal. The coal goes into our tank. Our tank is filled with algae, and the carbon dioxide goes into the algae, and algae gives off biofuel.
Last year I did one project. This year I'm doing four. All four projects that we do, they're all funded by ARI.
We got a $1,000 grant, and what we bought was pretty much a complete aquaponics system. The ultimate goal was to have the fish growing in the system. We've not got our system to that point yet. What we're doing now, we've got a bigger aquaculture tank, and we're taking the waste from that tank and putting it in a smaller tank and using that waste to grow those vegetables.
We are creating curricula and programs so that our young people, they can have gainful employment even before they graduate from high school.
I love to talk about, you know, the problem.
You have a lot of people that ride horses. It may be for leisure, it may be for transportation, but you do have that. And at nighttime, the death rate is high.
Many people's been killed, sent to the hospital. With our project, that'll be a reduced risk.
It has two chemicals in it. It is strontium aluminate and zinc sulfide. And these two chemicals will make a luminous glow after it's applied to the horseshoe.
The idea that they came up with can be sold in our area, which would bring jobs in our area.
What I did is I actually bought a flat screen and an Xbox, and I have connected with Microsoft, and Microsoft and Xbox are now sending me their data from different games. And so I'm writing lessons that let kids play Xbox and then underlie statistical concepts using the data that they've created and data from Microsoft database. And so the kids really begin to form a much better understanding of what statistics does for us and how like their self-created data can be analyzed. Because I think if you have ownership of that data and you really know what it represents and what it means, then the meaning is so much more powerful when you do data analysis or you do inference than when you're given like census data from another source.
KYA is Kentucky Youth Assembly, and it allows students to write bills and present their bills in front of peers, and some of them do get picked up by legislators, and they really campaign for the bills and they want them to succeed. And I never thought I'd ever do it because I'd heard stories of how it's so difficult, and then ARI and Student Senate opened the doors for KYA.
The coding classes that's made possible through the ARI grant. They have the aeronautics classes, and no other time in the history of Alsea County where we've been able to offer those type of courses for our students.
We've got a plane. It's an entire plane. It's been deconstructed. There was some damage. The owner had flown the plane and had decided that it needed some maintenance. So over the course of the next couple of years, we're going to do a region-wide project in order to try to put the plane back together again. Then hopefully we can get to a point where our aviation kids will be able to fly this plane in a couple of years.
With the technology that we had available, I could call into the classroom, At home on my laptop, I could actually watch them as they were doing it. I could actually see the scores they were getting and call back and say, well, you know, this student's going to need remediation. We're going to have to redo this. So school's no longer just four walls.
Early on in the school year, we found out about Megan, that she was diagnosed with leukemia. After a month or so of her treatment, she was talking about going on the home hospital program. And I said, hey, we've got this robot. I think we could work something out where she could actually come to class on the robot. And they were like, oh, that sounds kind of strange. I said, well, let's just try it.
It's important to help other people because they helped me.
When I came up with the idea to do a professional development for my school on classroom redesign, KVEC so graciously said, hey, if you do this, then we'll not only give you $1,000, we'll give you $2,000 and help your other teachers in your school to start this too. So I think they were excited because this is another way to just get the word out, you know? Like, yes, I want this to happen in my classroom, but my goodness, if it just happens in my classroom and no other classrooms, we need it to spread. We need to spread the word.
These tunnels, as primitive as they may look, it allows enough sunlight to get through to keep the plants warm on days like today.
Here are like small carrots. Pick it.
Well, that blended in right.
Woo! Found a black Spanish.
People are realizing, hey, you can't grow food in the fall and winter months. We've done some webinars. We did a Skype PD session last year, and we had teachers from all over the state join in. And there have been other little mini grants offered for garden projects, and we've tried to mentor those people.
There's such a focus on instruction here. It's not about just getting ready for a test or just getting ready for accountability. It really is what we're supposed to be about, and that's the instruction of children to improve their lives.
We believe that there is not a cookie-cutter approach to education. We believe that the folks who are in those schools know best how to serve their students. So our effort is to support them. We need multiple solutions that will affect varied elements of every system.
We're producing students that do great things.
You really want to do something that's not just going to impact your grade. You want to do something that's going to impact your community.
It makes students think, well, I can make a difference. It's not up to the adults to do things for me. I can do it myself.
If there's something that you would like to do and you see a barrier, let's sit down and talk to other people around the region to see how we can work around that. What can we do to create the type of educational system that you would want your child to be involved in, and what is it that we can do to provide that for every child throughout the KVEC region?
Exciting things are happening in our region. It's all part of the momentum that is SOAR. We have 2 more speakers, and we'll be wrapping this session up, and we'll be starting our breakouts and having some lunch. And I'm so thankful that you all are sticking with us, because this is really critical information, and I really do appreciate it. Our next speaker is Jeff Whitehead. He's Executive Director of EKSEP, and I've started saying the best idea I've ever had was Jeff Whitehead's, because this teleworks program is really exciting, and I am honored to have him here to share what they're doing with Teleworks USA.
You shake my hand?
Yeah, we'll shake.
Hi, everybody. 2.5 years ago, December 9th, 2013, I had the privilege of standing before this group of people and talked a little bit about some of the initial successes we were having getting people to work in jobs remotely. In other words, they were working for companies, helping people get jobs for companies where they could work from home or working in one of our remote hubs for companies far, far away, sometimes in other countries. I said then, like we've heard today numerous times, that technology is changing the way people work. And because of that, the opportunities abound. We have so many more opportunities than we've had ever before. So I'm here to report today that we have had a great year 2015 was a great year for Teleworks USA. Let's watch a video, and then I'll be right back.
The Eastern Kentucky Concentrated Employment Program first picked up the concept of Teleworks USA. The region's coal industry was already in the midst of a downward slide that has gone on to claim more than 10,000 jobs. While Teleworks USA was not formed in response to that specific crisis, it has played a role in bringing new jobs to the region that simply weren't here before. Teleworks USA kicks open the door to the digital economy and gets people back to work in new, non-traditional ways.
My name is Danny Singleton. I'm currently working for Microsoft, which is outsourced by Sutherland Global. I think the Teleworks program is a really good program because the coal mines are pretty much gone from Eastern Kentucky, and it gives an opportunity for more people to be able to work and for myself.
With Teleworks USA, we're very much poised to continue to grow into Eastern Kentucky, and we're basing that assumption on the fact that we've seen a lot of success in our existing hubs in Hazard and Anvil and Beattyville. In 2015, through the first quarter of 2016 alone, we've seen over 250 job placements at each of those hubs. And even if those jobs start out with a salary of around $20,000 a year, that amounts to about a $5 million economic impact into Eastern Kentucky based on wages being paid by companies outside of the region. So that money stays local, that money is spent local, and it's becoming a strong economic driver for Eastern Kentucky.
I always loved the idea of working from home. So when I heard about Teleworks and the opportunity to get back to that, I jumped at the chance. I think this is one of the best things that could ever happen to this area because you've got so many people out of work.
The job market's never been good since the moment I stepped into the job market here. It's never been good. The fact that there's more opportunity, there's more chance because someone took the time to put something together like this. It's a vast improvement.
Besides our 4 existing hubs that we have in the region, we've had communities contacting us almost every week showing interest. All of these communities are coming to us and asking us, what do we need to do to bring Teleworks, to bring a Teleworks USA hub into our communities? And we answer that by telling them that there has to be a strong community showing on their side, a potential to invest in that resource and invest in that potential, because really the marriage between workforce and between Teleworks and the communities is what makes a Teleworks hub grow and succeed. So really the sky is the limit with us in the terms of this potential and the ability to grow further in Eastern Kentucky. Where does Teleworks USA go from here? It's an interesting question. We haven't come anywhere close to hitting our limit, and the truth is we don't know how far those limits stretch, only that we've got a long way to go. We're looking for ways to ensure our clients have opportunities beyond just entry-level customer service positions. We're looking for management positions, computer coding, and anything that can be done remotely via an internet connection. We think Teleworks USA is limited only by our imagination and our access to the internet.
I want to invite everybody to check out our hub. We have a great team of folks that can answer all your questions. We're looking forward to another year. We're going to be working really hard to identify more jobs, more diverse kinds of opportunities. Think about it. We have just a vast number of jobs to go out there to identify and mine, and we are looking forward to working on your all's behalf and with you and community to increase these kinds of opportunities. Thank you.
Workforce partner for Tech Hire Eastern Kentucky, or TECHY, the Eastern Kentucky Concentrated Employment Program is leveraging resources and bridging the rural and urban gap to create new business relationships along with accelerated training, internships, and jobs. Preparing our workforce is a critical step in building a strong network of connected tech businesses. So is forging partnerships that will bring job opportunities into the region for those with the attitude, aptitude, and ability to succeed. In fact, our tech ecosystem is already taking shape with companies like BitSource, Mountain Tech Media, Interact, Mill Creek Software, and Visidoc.
BitSource is a place-based solution to a growing problem: how to provide jobs to the thousands of hardworking men and women that were displaced by the decline of the coal industry. Lynn Parrish and I have spent our entire careers working alongside these good people. The untapped potential of these folks was obvious. Currently, there is a strong demand for technology workers outside our region, and we believe that with proper training, combined with a connection to the outside markets, there will be a future for these capable people to stay here and have sustainable jobs with equivalent earning potential as they had in their previous careers. BitSource is our attempt to connect these two needs to create a sustainable business while successfully competing in the 21st century economy. Doing all of this in the place we love, surrounded by friends and family that reach back for generations.
We are BitSource. We are Tech Hire.
With core partners including Interapt, SOAR, and Big Sandy Community and Technical College, we are working to create innovative training that will ensure our people are prepared to take advantage of technology job opportunities this ecosystem will produce.
Hello, I'm Ankur Gopal. I'm CEO and founder of Interapt. Interapt works with large companies to build mobile applications and innovation in healthcare and in manufacturing. When we started Interapt, our goal was to create a Silicon Valley-esque company in Kentucky to keep the best and brightest minds in our Commonwealth rather than bolting for the coast for high-tech jobs. As you can imagine, it was a little difficult for a lot of the industry to take a high-tech company in Kentucky seriously, but fortunately we persevered and we got the credibility and respect we deserved. In 2015, Google announced us one of 10 Glass at Work partners globally. In 2015, Gartner awarded us their Cool Vendor Award, one of 5 awards given in digital services to companies such as Airbnb and Instagram. We were also presenters at the prestigious Dreamforce conference sponsored by Salesforce.com, the largest software conference in the world. When EKSEP called us, we were very proud and excited to be part of the Tech Hire and Techie initiative. Our goal is to take what we have learned and what we have built and spread it throughout the Commonwealth, especially in Eastern Kentucky. Throughout our efforts, we hope to contribute to creating high-tech jobs in the region and making sure that generations now have work as well as generations to come. We're proud of the work EKSEP is doing and honored to be a part of it. Our whole Interact team is committed to making sure that this program in Eastern Kentucky is a huge success. We are Interact and we are Tech Hire.
Tech Hire Eastern Kentucky is about more than ideas. For our region, it's about vision, adaptability, and building a more diverse economy. It's about putting our ideas into action. We are Eastern Kentucky SEP, and we are Tech Hire.
To talk about Tech Hire and the work that's being done with Michael Cornett with EKSEP.
Hello. In the video that you just saw, you saw us mention quite a bit about a tech ecosystem. I just want to define that pretty quickly here for everybody. But in regards to a tech ecosystem, you have businesses that start up, they get going together, and in time you ultimately establish some connections among those businesses, both in jobs, shared internships, some training. All of those things work together as the tide will rise and lift everybody together, and that does create an ecosystem, and that generates wealth and income in our region. And that's what we want and we need, because that creates jobs, plain and simple. And Tech Hire Eastern Kentucky, as you saw, is one of the things that's helping start and move forward with some of these initiatives and some of these ideas. And at Eastern Kentucky SEP, we really do believe in helping business do business. We help enable business to do that. We focus on training and internships that lead to job opportunities. We don't just train and hope. We believe in jobs for people and people for jobs. And I think that's part of what you saw up here today, are the connections we're fostering to do that. And it all really does, for us, start and end with business, because that's what it's all about. And I have a couple of people here with me today that you just saw on the video, and I want to turn it over to them and let you tell you more about what we're going to be doing with Tech Hire. First of that is Rusty Justice, co-founder and managing member of BitSource here in Pikeville, Kentucky. Thank you.
Today I want to speak briefly about BitSource, the importance of Tech Hire, and the opportunities available to a vibrant rural tech sector. Rural tech is a reality and exists in other places in rural America. It is valued by corporate America as they look for ways to onshore more of their work due to economic, security, and corporate stewardship concerns. Since the last SOAR conference, we have learned much about the opportunities available to properly position rural tech companies. At BitSource, we believe that the most valuable resource in Eastern Kentucky is not its coal, but the men and women that work to produce that coal. Our fundamental understanding of this industry and its workforce made it obvious that these people already were high-tech workers, just ones with different skill sets. Since its inception, BitSource has received a lot of support and attention as we have worked diligently to redefine ourselves while simultaneously working to understand and enter markets in which we had no previous experience. At last year's SOAR conference, we were visited by Secretary of Labor Thomas Perez. This visit brought media attention, and the attention we've received since then has at times been overwhelming. Everything from local, regional, and state news outlets did pieces on BitSource. Additionally, national outlets such as NPR and the New York Times have investigated and reported on our efforts. But more importantly, to a tech startup is the attention that we've received in the industry journals. 2 lengthy articles in Back Channel and Work the Future, both headquartered in San Francisco, were published, and these articles were followed by one published in Fast Company, which is the tech equivalent of a new band getting mentioned in Rolling Stone magazine. This article was then reposted by Bill Gates on his Facebook page, which yielded an amazing amount of interest worldwide. As a result of this attention, we were invited to participate at a White House roundtable on rural tech and present at the ARC Governors Conference. And BitSource personnel presented at a tech luncheon in Manhattan at the headquarters of Pivotal, a leading cloud-based solutions company. Our work has been reviewed by multiple tech leaders, and they've been impressed by the rate of our progress and both our creativity and our technical rigor. This unsolicited attention has given us new insights and opportunities that will serve us well going forward. And while we are very grateful for all this attention, what we're most grateful for is our first customers. These early adopters of our services believed in and trusted us, and they demonstrated this belief with their pocketbooks. The projects provided by these customers allowed us to prove our model and develop a portfolio of work that we can now demonstrate to the greater markets outside our region. BitSource is now a post-subsidy, for-profit business seeking opportunity, ready to compete in the open marketplace and demonstrate to the world our capabilities. We have already developed several products that are ready for market, and by utilizing the agile development process that we employ, we're able to address multiple facets of your software development needs. Please check out our booth, learn our story, and see our work. But more importantly, let us see if there's anything that we can do for you. Finally, we at BitSource want to welcome InterApp to our region. We believe they will become an important piece of the tech hire movement, working along our other local tech companies, Mill Creek Software, Mountain Tech Media, and Visidoc, as we all work collectively to bring forth a growing and vibrant tech sector in our region. We are BitSource, and we are Tech Hire. Thank you very much.
And next I want to bring up here someone who's very important to the effort here. You just saw in our video as well, and that's Ankur Gopal, and he is the founder and CEO of InterApp. And Ankur's got some very exciting things to tell you about here today as part of our partnership with him and his company through Tech Hire Eastern Kentucky. So Ankur.
Thank you. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, everyone. I'm really excited to be here today, but before I start, Michael left out the most important fact about me, and that number one is that I'm a born and raised Kentuckian from Owensboro, and I'm really, really proud to be here today to announce what I'm about to say. Before I start, though, for the past 100 years, Kentucky coal has powered the entire nation. It has been the backbone of the Industrial Revolution and has made our nation great. But now, we are no longer in that industrial revolution, but instead we're in the middle of an information revolution. And whereas coal was the fuel that fueled the nation, now it's code that's going to fuel the future of our great country. And right now, Eastern Kentucky has an opportunity to be at the forefront of that new revolution. When I started my company InterApp 5 years ago, a lot of people said, "You're crazy. There's no way a high-tech company can succeed in Kentucky. You've got to move to the coast." Well, in 5 short years, I'm proud to say that as you heard in the video, we're a Google partner, we're a Gartner Cool Vendor Award winner, and we've shown the industry by working with some very large Fortune 500 companies that we're capable and able to deliver the technical solutions that they want, all built right here in Kentucky. Well, so what brought Interapt to Eastern Kentucky was a phone call I got from Mr. Jim Host and Congressman Rogers' office about how we can potentially contribute to this effort, as Rusty mentioned, with BidSource, EKSEP, and what have you. And we looked at it very, very closely and said, what would be good for the economy in the Commonwealth as well as for our company? Well, today I'm here to tell you what we came up with in just 6 short months of planning and a lot of hard work from all the partners that are mentioned in the Techie Initiative. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is that Interapt is hiring in Eastern Kentucky. We are looking for up to 50 people in Eastern Kentucky to come learn with us, train with us, and be part of our Interapt team to learn and build the next software solutions of the future. If you go to our website, interapt.com, there is an application that you can fill out and you can easily access to make sure that you go through the process and become a candidate for our training solution. We are doing the solution in Paintsville, Kentucky, with the assistance and partnership of Big Sandy Technical Community College. So thanks to Devin Stevenson and his leadership for helping us put that together as well. Our application process, yes, please. Our application is also powered by IBM Watson. We have a tremendous team that is working hard to make sure that the people who do enter our company do succeed, and they learn the skills to succeed at Interapt and become part of a very strong technical team. As I closed my remarks today, I thought of a couple of things to say to really make an impact into what would really resonate and you can go home with. And here's a little simple statement. If all the Kentucky corporations worked with Kentucky technical companies to build the technology solutions of the future, we could put an end to the cycle of unemployment that plagues us parts of our state. We could train our people to be the next fuel that powers our country for the next 100 years. This is not just talk, we're doing it. We hope that what we're doing inspires other companies to do exactly what we're doing and bring that corporate responsibility. Also, the leadership of other areas of Eastern Kentucky, from Project Lead the Way and the SOAR STEM initiative, and also those sort of partners, we're going to work closely with them to really, really enhance our solution and make sure that we are planning this for the next 10 to 20 years and not something for the next 3 months that sounds good on stage. So ladies and gentlemen, expect big things from us in Eastern Kentucky. We'll make you proud. And I can tell you right now, our entire team is looking very forward to being part of the community and really contributing and doing our part. Thank you, Congressman Rogers and Governor Bevin, for your leadership, as well as EKSEP. And we are looking forward to being really engaged into the community, and we'll see you all soon. Thank you all very much.
Big hand again for our presenters. Go see them at their booths. They're going to be here. If you've got questions, you want to talk to them, they're here. Spend the afternoon networking with them. We're going to start the first breakout at 1:40. All breakouts will be 30 minutes later than we planned. But I'm going to invite Governor Bevin up and Congressman Rogers, and we're going to have some final comments from Governor Bevin.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Thank you for all of you who have stayed through this. I mean, do you believe more now than you did a couple of hours ago? I hope so. How could you not be fired up by some of these stories that we have just heard? And I'll tell you, if you need inspiration, the young people that were in the video where we saw the teachers in the classrooms, look at those kids' faces. Some of them are kids that you know. Some of them are your kids, they're your grandkids. They go to school with your kids and your grandkids. This is exactly why we're doing this. This is the future generations that we are doing this for. If we don't believe, if we're not passionate, if we're not fired up, then it's not going to make a lick's worth of difference what kind of ideas come out of Frankfurt or Washington. It has to happen, as we said, at the grassroots level. It has to happen literally in our homes. It has to happen in our churches. It has to happen in our local organizations. It has to happen at the county level. This is where the solutions are going to come from. And we're not going to fix everything in one day or 1 year or even 1 decade. But the reality is, you just heard from a whole bunch of people who 1 and 10 and 100 people at a time are transforming their communities and transforming Kentucky. This is how it's going to happen. The power of one is extraordinary. Somebody asked me early on, what difference could one person make? A whole lot more than none. You look at the one individual after the next who came across this stage, one individual at a time, transforming Kentucky, changing their communities, changing our lives collectively. The last thing I'll tell you is this. I would encourage you, please, during these breakout sessions, listen to the people that are speaking, but then go and take time to look at every booth here. There are booths here that are focused on saving jobs to saving lives. There are people that are for-profit, there are people that are non-for-profit, but every one of them has taken the time to come here with their ideas to pour into you, so I'm asking you to pour into them. There is an old saying that if you chase two rabbits, you won't catch either one of them. There's a lot of wisdom in that. You can't chase every rabbit. There's a bunch of rabbits over here and a bunch of rabbits over here. You've heard a bunch of rabbits come across the stage. Pick a rabbit. Pick a rabbit. If you truly think you're a person with extraordinary abilities to multitask, pick two rabbits. But I beg of you, pick a rabbit. Pick the one idea over here or that has come across this stage and pour yourself into it like you have never poured yourself into anything before. Pick a rabbit, run that little sucker down, catch that rabbit, and then worry about the next rabbit. Change one thing, move it for the better, and we will make Kentucky shine. Thank you. It is a pleasure to be your governor. It is an honor to be here with you, and I'm looking forward to these breakout sessions this afternoon. Thank you.
Governor, thank you very much. You know, this is a nonpartisan operation. That's the way it was born, that's the way it stayed, that's the way it's going to stay. Politics has no business in what we're doing. When this new governor came into office, a lot of people wondered, is he going to be enthusiastic about SOAR? Because it really was not his creation. And I have to admit, I worried about that too, because the success of this organization in large measure depends on the governor of the state of Kentucky and what state government can and should be doing to help us in this effort. And I had a good talk with the governor, Governor Bevins. And I was absolutely thrilled to learn of his unvarnished enthusiasm for what you're doing. And he's proven that now in the second summit. And so, Governor, thank you. Come around up here. This guy is our buddy. And a great co-chairman. A great co-chairman of this organization, and he will see to it, and is seeing to it, that the state government assets are put behind what you're trying to do. And we've seen that, of course, all this morning. And I will be sure to be frank with you, to try to bring to the table as many of the federal assets as is needed, perhaps. And you've seen some of our best and brightest from the federal government here today. Thank you, Dr. Frieden, for being here. Thank you, Chairman Wheeler. Thank you, Earl Gold, the federal contingents altogether. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be, as we've heard before, a long effort. You're not going to solve this problem overnight. We didn't get here overnight. We're not going to get out of it overnight. But we're going to get there. But it's going to take patience. It's going to take smarts. It's going to take sweat. And it's going to take staying with it, perseverance. There's going to be times when you're going to be discouraged. And you're going to say to yourself, why am I doing this? I can make so little difference, you think, in the plight of our region. I'll leave it to others, you say to yourself. There will be times like that, I guarantee you. It reminds me a little bit of an ancient story in an ancient time, in a monastery, young monks were weaving a huge tapestry that covered the entire front of the monastery. And they were working on the reverse side. They had never seen the front of what they were knitting. They were back there knitting behind the scenes. Until one day, one of the young monks grew so discouraged and so bored and so unappreciative of what he was doing, he said to himself, "Why am I continuing to do something that looks to me like it's worthless?" And he complained to his padre. The padre said, "Come around and let me show you something." And he brings the young monk around to where he can see the tapestry that they've been working on for months. And all of a sudden, it all made sense to the young monk. You see, he was bored back there knitting with yellow thread. That's all he ever dealt with was yellow thread. But now he sees what he was working on. And that yellow thread was the very center of the picture. Because that yellow thread was the gold on the crown of the Christ child in that enormous tapestry. He goes back to work. And so when you feel low and you feel like you're not getting anywhere, turn around and look at the big picture. And we've had a chance to do that today. The bigger picture. You are part of something big. You're doing something terribly important. One of these days, history will look back on you and what you were doing here during this period of time and say, they were patriots. And they cared for their neighbor. And they loved Kentucky. And they loved to be sure that their kids were going to stay here. So that's our chore. That's our obligation. That's our dream. So keep knitting. You're going to get there.
Three mics enough. We are finished with our morning session. We're going to break for lunch. For those of you who haven't eaten yet, it's ready on the plaza. Breakouts will begin. If the breakout room fills up, we are going to stream the video from the breakouts here to the main stage, so you'll be able to see what's happening in the breakout sessions here. All these people have booths. Go visit them. This afternoon is dedicated to networking, see the great things that are going on, and commit to make a difference in our region. And I hope you see that this year it was not about ideas, it was about action. And there's been a lot of action taken, and I ask you to enjoy the rest of the day. We'll be around. If you need any questions, we've got a SOAR booth over there. Download the app, SOAR Innovation. Thank you so much for being patient with us. God bless.